Hi, this is Zach Meir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Wednesday, the 12th of February. Starting off with the FTSE 100, which is now well entrenched above the previous 87.30 resistance line target, but now looking at 9,000 by the end of next month, which would be quite a result given the economic environment and obviously the government that we have at the moment. On the downside, the old January peak there around 86.70. And that's also the area of recent support, 86.80. So while we're above 86.70, looking for 9,000 on the FTSE, didn't think I would be saying that at this stage of my life, maybe at a rather later stage than we have at the moment. Moving along to the DAX, and here, just coming up to the top of that rising trend channel there from back in October. In fact, I can get rid of the old channel there because I think it's done its job. Nice breakout here, bear trap island reversal at the high, so looking for 22,200 over the next few sessions, I suppose, while we're above 21,500. That gives me enough time to come up with a new target, hopefully, for this market. Moving along to the Dow, which I suppose is at the moment is a bit of a lagger compared to the FTSE and the DAX, which is slightly ironic given the lay of the land, but we've got this market in consolidation mode after the bear trap gap reversal at the middle of last month, above the 50-day line at 43,700. We're looking for up to 46,700 at the top of that rising trend channel from March by the end of next month. Also got the RSI holding above the neutral 50 level, which is a positive at the moment. Next up on the list, as usual, is Bitcoin, and here it's been a bit of a range trade between that uptrend line there, the red one there from November, 94,200, and the 50-day line there, just shy of 99,000. Obviously looking for an end-of-day close outside those parameters. On the downside, hopefully the worst no lower than 90,000. On the upside, clearly looking for the record high levels towards $109,000. Although at this stage, with the RSI below neutral 50, it's probably still consolidation and further test for support rather than anything else. Moving on to gold, which has become a massive winner over the recent past. The peak yesterday, 29.68, so just shy of our basically our target of 3,000 by the end of this month. On the downside, hoping that old resistance and recent support around 28.75 will stem any losses for this market while it consolidates. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Audioboom, which has become a bit of a star, or had become a bit of a star. We had 510 pence as our target, which has been hit. It's like the third or fourth one, so I've got rid of all the old targets. It's currently in a rising trend channel there from September, and the next level up, or the best case over the near term, maybe by the end of next month, would be up to £606.20, and that would be while we're above the old January resistance around £4.44. So let's see if Audioboom can deliver that. On to Bezant, which has had some decent news over the recent past. Shares, interestingly enough, trying to go into a golden cross. We've got the 200-day line rising, and the next time those two moving averages cross, we'll have a golden cross. Not sure how much of an impact that'll have on this situation, given how illiquid it tends to be, but bouncing off the RSI 50 area, and the best case scenario target here up to 0.037, while we hold above the recent support 0.023. On to Celadon, which just included just because it's just great to have it still kicking around, especially with its funding news, etc. Bouncing off, or we've got a gap off a rising 50-day line there, so that's at 18 pence. We've also had an RSI 50 rebound, so if it wasn't Celadon, I'd probably be quite excited about. This is a recovery play, looking for a retest of the 40 pence area as a best case scenario target at the top of that broadening triangle there from back in the summer, but the key here is holding above that 50-day line at 18 pence. Moving on to Eurasia, where there was a bit of bedwetting in the stock yesterday, but shares remained within our parameters, i.e. above 4 pence, looking for up to 8 pence as the next target. We've already been up to through 6.5 pence plus. I suppose one can tighten them up with yesterday's support areas above 4.25 pence, really looking for 8 pence. And hopefully we'll get that by the end of next month or even sooner. Obviously, the company's already announced the possibility of an additional listing. It's also said it's got a funding runway till September, and at the moment it's taken over from Ferexpo as being the best Trump trade around, in this case obviously on Russia-Ukraine hopes, but the key here, holding that low 4p zone over the near term. Moving on to Firering, and here you can see that shares making a decent move through the 50-day line yesterday and following through on that. Our target, I suppose, now should be the top of that rising trend channel at 6p, and the next level up actually would be up to as high as 8 3/4, which is resistance line projection from back in 2023. On the downside, hoping that we won't see anything lower than recent December have January and December resistance around 4.4p for the shares. We can see yesterday opened at the low, close at the high, so very strong price action. Somebody rather keen on that one, it would appear. On to another situation where we're already guessing that there's going to be some good news in Incanthera, maybe jumping the gun, but we've had a classic step fashion ascent off the lows, and as you can see, there hasn't been a red candle here since the 2nd of December, so I'm assuming with the break of the 50-day line and a rising 50-day line now, I've got a sideways shuffle above it, as I call it, we should be able to fill the gap up to 13p, and a best case target up to 20p, perhaps by the end of next month. The stop loss here, the 50-day line there, around 5.5p. On to a stock which doesn't normally appear here, but we're a bit short on candidates, so Indivior makes the grade, and here we've got a bear trap gap reversal from below the November support there at £7.60. Above that, looking for the 200-day line, as high as £9.60 by the end of next month, best case up to 10.5 or £10.50 by the end of next month. You can see the last time the shares were this oversold, there was a decent rally there, and the shares basically doubled from the October low. On to Polarean, and here you can see that we've got a situation where the shares are bouncing well off the bottom here. It's taken a rather long time, as you can see from the left-hand side of the chart, but it's a bear trap gap reversal to start the rally. Very strong candles since then, since the break of the 50-day line, and we're looking for 1.75p, while we're above recent support around 1.45p on an end-of-day close basis. On to Petra diamonds, and here the picture that of a bull flag above the 50-day line, rather strange bull flag I suppose, but up to 37p is what we're looking for at the moment as an initial target, while we're above recent resistance at 30.5p. Maybe that'll appeal to some. Very good looking chart coming up next from Shield, and here we had the gap through the now rising 50 and 200-day lines, just trying to break the current consolidation there at 3.6p. Looking for 6p by the end of next month, or even sooner, and the run up to a golden cross coming up here as well. We've also had 3 bounces for the RSI at and above neutral 50, so multiple buy signals, technical buy signals there on Shield Therapeutics. On to one of my favourite stocks on the Aquis market, which obviously there's only a handful to pick there, but rising trend channel there for Sulnox, and looking for £1.20. We've already had the shares overachieve on our targets, and £1.20 the target here, while we're above the floor of the channel and the 50-day line there near 82p. Finishing off with a stock which I looked at a week or two ago, which is Watkins Jones, and here it looks like we're in a mid-move consolidation after the gap higher, unfilled gap to the upside off the low through the 50-day line, above recent swing support there at 29.5p, looking for 45p by the end of next month at the upper parallel of that rising trend channel base. If you're cautious, you wait for an end-of-day close through the 200-day line, 34.5p. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.